Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. We're going to be doing a full face of drugstore makeup. This is makeup you can find in the drugstore right now for my entire face. If you guys like unfiltered makeup opinions and honest reviews, subscribe to the channel and let's get into this video. I'm such a huge fan of drugstore makeup. Drugstore makeup is affordable and it has really upped its game with quality, longevity. A lot of my collection is drugstore product. I do have high-end product, don't get me wrong, but I love the drugstore. So I wanted to do a full face of drugstore makeup for you today. These are all affordable products that you can find at the drugstore. So for primer today, we're going to be going in with the NYX Marshmallow Primer. This literally smells like a marshmallow. So I love how this smells like a marshmallow. I've also found it almost blurs my skin a little bit, like if you can see a difference from side to side. And it also feels more like a moisturizer than what it does like a gripping. So it's not a gripping primer. It's a very moisturizing primer. And it just smells like you're going to eat marshmallows on your face. Yep. I have a feeling there's going to be a reoccurring theme with my makeup today because some of the products I have that we are using, they smell amazing. But this is the NYX Marshmallow Primer. You can find this at the drugstore. You can find it at Ulta Beauty. You can find it at Walmart. Any place that carries NYX will have this. This is like a viral primer for a very, very long time. And like I said, I just like how it really blurs my skin. I'm noticing it's really blurring my fine lines on my forehead. Yes, I have fine lines. And, you know, hashtag in your 30s. But also with my skin, it has changed quite a bit where it is more on the dry side now. So this primer really gives it that little oomph of moisture that I need to really make my makeup last throughout the day. And that really did blur my pores a lot. Now you can buy the mini version of it if you do want to test this product out. But they do have the full-size version, which is what I have, is the full-size version of the Marshmallow Primer. Foundation, we're going in with one of my absolute drugstore favorites. I wanted to do something a little bit more light coverage today, and we're going in with the Covergirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk. I love this foundation because you can mix it with other foundations, or you can wear it on its own, and it's kind of like a skin tint. So if you want more coverage, I always use a brush, and I just use a foundation plate to apply this foundation. And like I said, this is more like a skin tint because I did want something a little bit more natural coverage today. It is 510 porcelain. The match on this is gorgeous. This is beautiful. It gives you a very luminous glow, a light coverage, and it just covers those blemishes just enough without being too much. It doesn't look cakey on your skin at all. It looks like a second, just like your skin. That's why it's called the Skin Milk. I think they did a good job naming this because it does. It looks like your skin. So as you can see, one side with, one side without. It is a little bit more on the runny side. I've seen people who apply this with their fingers. I've seen people who actually mix this foundation with other foundations to really give it that luminous glow. Concealer, we're going to be using the Maybelline Superstay Activewear 30-Hour Concealer. I got this because Angelica Nyqvist, she was raving about it on her channel and saying how much she liked it. And I like it as well. It's a very thin formula. It's not thick, but it does give you a decent amount of coverage. Very skin-like. And it doesn't settle into my creases ever. That is so pretty. Just gonna make sure everything's blended into my hairline. For finishing powder today, we're going to use the 16-Hour Cover and Last. This is technically a powder foundation. It is from Essence. I love this foundation because it gives a little bit more of that added coverage, but it's actually a really great like setting powder as well. For setting spray, I always spray like in between the layers of my face. We're using the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist. Let's warm up my face a little bit with some bronzer. We have the classic OG go-to Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. You guys can tell it is very, very loved. This is just the shade Bronzer. It's a very lightweight formula. It smells like a real coconut, not like a fake coconut. It actually really reminds me of the zinc oxide, what is it? The zinc oxide sunscreen that's like super, super thick that you'd like paste on your nose and stuff. My sister used to have to wear that when we were kids because she would get really burnt. That's what the smell reminds me of. So if you like that smell, you might like this bronzer. If you don't like that smell, you won't like this bronzer. At least not the smell part anyway. I think it smells amazing. When my sister-in-law got married, I had her purchase this bronzer for her wedding day makeup, and her now husband, my stepbrother, he was like, you smell like a coconut and you smell really good, because I did a couple of trial runs with her. It's an OG favorite. Anybody who asks me about a recommendation for a drugstore bronzer, I always go with this one. It is so beautiful. For blush today, we're going to do a little bit of a 2-in-1. We have a Colourpop Supershock blush. This is in the shade Count Me In. I love this shade. It is so pretty. So we're going to use this today, and then we're also going to top it with a Cheekers blush from Covergirl. The Supershock blush, you can apply it with a blush or you can apply it with a sponge. I have found that if you want more of that like airbrushed look, the brush works way, way better. This is just a Sigma stippling brush. It's a small duo fiber. So if you find a brush that's more of like a duo fiber, I think that'll work really, really well for you. To top it off, we're going to use the Cheekers blush. This is in what shade? Flushed 107. So it's a very like light pink shade, but I think it's going to evenly flush my face, give me a little bit of sun-kissed glow without it being like over the top. All right, so for highlights, we are going to be taking my Juvia's Place highlights. This is the, what color is this? I guess it says the Tribe Highlighter Volume 3. It's a very like champagne, and it comes with a really cute little mirror in here. You can also buy this at Ulta Beauty in the drugstore section. It's a very natural highlights, but you can build it up, make it look glowy. It's a very, very like, oh, it's just so pretty. Look how pretty that is. Juvia's Place has like some absolutely stunning formulas when it comes to face product, when it comes to eye product. They're like one of my favorite like indie brands, and they are an indie brand. They're not really, they're not affiliated with anybody, and they're just stunning. All of their shadows are so absolutely beautiful and pigmented. Their face products are creamy. They don't texturize anything. Like, that's a beautiful highlight. I'm actually going to be continuing my top 5 series. I had one go up of top 5 primers. So next will be foundation, and then so on and so forth. And that was top 5 drugstore primers. So if you guys want to see that entire series, leave me a comment down below and I will make sure it gets posted. So I'm totally in the mood for like decorating for Christmas. Like I have been holding off not decorating like my area for Christmas. I'm in the mood for it so bad. So I may be doing a like clean and decorate with me for the holiday season. I have some great like tutorial type of things, not makeup related like at all, to create some great holiday decor with like ornaments and everything. I actually put a shorts up on my channel, so I'll link that for you guys. But I'm totally in the Christmas mood. So I need to pick a drugstore eyeshadow palette. Have not even like looked for this video, which was really bad of me, but we need to pick a drugstore palette. So let's go into my drawer. We're gonna pick a drugstore palette that's like Christmassy, because I need some Christmas in my life, you know. Hey Siri, play Christmas music on Spotify.
Christmas mix now playing on Spotify.
Okay, so I have some Christmas music playing in the background just to kind of get me in the mood. But the two palettes that I did pick out were the Desert Lights from Flower Beauty. Amazing foil formula, gorgeous. You can actually buy this at Walmart. You can also get it online on Ulta Beauty. And then we have the Juvia's Place Festival palette. And what really inspired me were like the red shade. I love this like salmon shade, so we're gonna do hopefully something Christmassy with these two palettes. Like foils just totally remind me of Christmas, like Christmas spirit, dazzled up eyes. So let's just dip into the Juvia's Place palette. Oh, it's so pretty. I love the Juvia's Place formula. Their mattes go on like absolutely stunning. Their foils are amazing in all of their palettes. We are going to use a lot of the mattes in this shade today. We're going to come up with a Christmas look. And then for the foils, we're going to use the Desert Lights palette. We're going to use this shade right here. It's called Munwoo, something like that. I don't know. This shade right here. You guys know. Like, this is a really beautiful salmon shade. So we're going to try doing salmon with red, and then we may include some of the bronzer shade in this eye look as well, because I don't really have like a brown shade. And you can use your bronzer to be that like brown shade if you ever are in a crunch for like a brown shade. So I wanted to do a salmon to start with so that we can do a really nice transition into that red shade. I am not a huge like color shadow person by any means, but I thought, you know, red is Christmassy, right? Like red's Christmassy. And this salmon is giving more of like a spring vibe, but we're going to do a red, some browns. We're going to incorporate some of the makeup that we use today. So I am going to take my bronzer. It's a great way to really incorporate a brown shade if you don't have a brown shade. And if you get the correct shade bronzer that you use for like contouring your face, it will really complement the contours of your eye as well. So keep that in mind. I'm going to use Izafa, which is this red shade here. It's just an angled brush. We're going to pack it on from the outer corner in to about the middle of my eye. Look how like nice it goes on as well. Like that's just so pigmented, but it also is just applying so smooth. So I'm just going to take my little blending brush, make sure that the edges between the salmon and the red are really blended. Now we're going to take the Desert Lights palette. First, I'm going to use one of these like beautiful cranberry shades, which what shade is this? I think it's called Red Rocks, which is this shade right here. You guys, like, look how pigmented this is. It's so beautiful. So we're going to pop this on the inner corner, bring it onto the lid a little bit. Like, wow, that's beautiful. Just a little bit more of this cranberry reddish shade. Oh, that's so pretty. Like, gorgeous, gorgeous shade. Kind of reminds me of like a sunset. But this does have like a really beautiful like gold shade as well. The shade right here, it's called Soul. Oh wow, I got some of it on my hand. We're just going to put Soul. Like you can't have a Christmas eyeshadow look without a little pop of gold. So right in the middle of the lid. We're going to take more of Izafa from the Juvia's Place. We're going to darken up all of this and just blend all of those colors together. So we're going to take it on the lower lash line. Look how pretty that is. It's very bold for like what I was going for, but it's pretty. I like it. For our inner corner, we're going to use Uli, which is U-L-I. It's a white shade right here. Just want to do a little inner corner. bring it down. This look really reminds me of like a candy cane. I feel like I could put like a candy cane like right over here with like some eyeliner and we would be good to go. I would look like a candy cane today. That's totally what this eye look reminds me of. For my brows, we are going to be using the e.l.f. Brow Lift. This is a dupe for the ABH Brow, whatever the thing's called, the ABH Brow Freeze. I am not thinking today because I'm just like Christmas on my mind. So we're using, that's really pretty, very natural looking. And then for mascara today, I'm going to be using the LA Colors Biggie Lash. This is supposed to be a tubing mascara. Oh, the wand is way different than any other tubing mascara I have ever seen. I like that. I'm on the search for a tubing mascara that not only gives you like length, but also gives you volume in your eyelashes. And tubing mascaras never do that, which I have found. Like I tried the new Tarte tubing mascara, and that just, it did nothing for my lashes at all. If you guys didn't see my Sephora sale recommendations, that was one of the things that I was like, don't buy this. It is not worth it. It works just like any other like tubing mascara that you could find, and you don't have to pay, you know, $27 for a tubing mascara. This mascara from LA Girl was like $4. You can find it at Walmart. So makeup brands, what I really want in a tubing mascara is volume and length. Like I need a tubing mascara that does both of those things, and I don't know if we'll ever get something like that. And for lips, we're going to do something a little bit more natural today since the eyes are just like bomb there. I'm going to be using an Ulta Beauty. This is just a lipstick. It's in the shade Barely There. It's a very neutral shade. And then to top it off, we're going to be using a Luxe lip gloss. This is in the shade Gleam On. This is from Colourpop. That's a really beautiful like lip combination for like really, really bold, beautiful red eyes. Like I said, I want to put like a candy cane right here. Oh, I love this makeup look. It's very beautiful, very bright, vibrant. This could be used as like a fall makeup look, but it totally reminds me of Christmas. I want to put some candy canes on my eyes and call it a day. Like super pretty. But if you guys like unfiltered makeup opinions and honest reviews, I hope that you guys subscribe to my channel. If you guys want to see a really glam, glitzy, glittery makeup look for the holidays, leave me a comment down below. And I hope you guys go check out some of my other videos, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!